All right, so I got another great question from one of my subscribers asking, what really is the ultimate marathon training plan for beginners? I mean, what would be the best optimal way for athletes that are just starting off in the sport of middle to long distance running, especially for the marathon distance, which in this case is definitely long distance running. I think the most important thing you have to keep in mind as a beginner is more importantly, to really get great success is just to be consistent, and more importantly to be patient with yourself, because all of us, regardless if you're a total beginner or if you're an elite athlete, you've been training for several years, you're a veteran of the sport, we all have a tendency to want quick results. And I don't believe enough of us, including myself, because I've been there several times over the years as well, and I'm even that way even outside of athletics. You have to believe in delayed gratification. Okay, so if you want to be an excellent marathon runner, know that it's going to take you several months, and in most cases it's going to take you several years to get to a point where you are in that optimal flow state where you're just running effortlessly and where you produce a result that even you yourself didn't really think that you could achieve. Maybe in your mind you thought it was possible if you did everything perfectly, but in most cases it takes several years. I mean, it took me from 1992 all the way to 2007 to run my personal best for the marathon. And so I was running all through high school, all through college, didn't even consider being a marathon runner when I was in college. But one of the most important things I want you to keep in mind as a beginner and as you're training for your marathon is to think of a longer buildup, okay? If you're trying to get ready for a marathon in a matter, and you're giving yourself like 2 months, 8 weeks training time, my advice is to give yourself a minimum of 4 months, 16 weeks, but really focus more on a 5 to 6 month block of training, okay? Most runners, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced level or elite level athlete, you're going to get better results by doing a longer buildup because you're giving yourself sufficient time to adapt to what you're throwing at yourself. So many of us, we're doing our track workouts, we're doing tempo runs, we're doing hill repetitions, but a lot of times we're not adapting adequately because we're not doing those consistent workouts, the exact same workouts, but over a 3 to 4 week block of training, okay? So you want to be consistent, okay? I mentioned being consistent and being patient. Those two traits are absolutely essential as you build this ultimate marathon training plan for a beginner, okay? If you're a beginner level runner, even if you're an advanced level runner, okay, you want to have a mixture of a little bit of speed, okay, one VO2 max workout. VO2 max is your maximum oxygen uptake. It's your body's maximum capability to run at an extreme maximal effort for usually anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes, okay? It's running between 95 to 100% of your maximum heart rate. So you're basically going all out. I mean, it's a race type situation. You want to do one VO2 max type workout per week. Okay, the reason being is because you're training at such a high intensity, you're building such a huge amount of lactic acid buildup in those workouts that eventually over time, when you're consistent with your workouts, you're doing one VO2 max workout per week, you're doing a threshold workout per week, and you're doing a long run workout per week. When you're running at your VO2 max, the most important thing is you're recruiting more fast twitch muscle fibers. You can't recruit fast twitch muscle fibers by running easy and relaxed, okay? Yes, you do have to run easy and relaxed throughout your training week as you're training for your marathon as well. As a beginner, I wouldn't focus so much on the technical aspects of racing. More importantly, for beginners, you can really get great results just by staying consistent with your volume each week, running anywhere from 30 miles a week up to around 60 to 70 miles a week for beginners. I think more so for total beginners, 30 to 40 miles a week, I think will help you really get strong enough endurance-wise to run a marathon, okay? Running a marathon and racing a marathon are two different things. Okay, if you're just trying to start and finish a marathon, I think most runners that are total beginners, if you're overweight and you're not really happy with your weight, or you're not really happy with the paces you're hitting, I'm telling you, even doing 4 to 5 months, 16 to 20 weeks of just mileage, and then doing three times a week doing strides. Okay, doing strides, you're running at a gradual increase. They're usually 50 to 100 meters in length. Okay, by doing that over a long period of time, a 4 to 5 month training block, you will have spent several miles, several kilometers sprinting at near sprint paces. Okay, so it's not so much what the physiological benefits that you're getting in a matter of days, it's what's happening over several months is what's absolutely vital for beginners training for a marathon. Okay, that strength, you're going to build an enormous amount of strength, not only from the strides you're doing 3 times a week, 3 to 6 50 to 100 meter strides 3 times per week during your runs or after your runs or before your easy runs. You can do just volume, just mileage, and do those strides 3 times per week and not really do anything else, in my opinion, and still run a solid marathon. Yes, you do want to make sure that you're doing your long runs. I think for beginners, for most athletes, a total beginner can do very well in the marathon distance from doing long runs of anywhere from 16 to 18 miles, or whatever that is converted into kilometers. I'm in the States, I'm so used to saying miles, forgive me. 15 to 18 miles in most cases for total beginners. Again, this is the marathon distance you're trying to race. Now, if you're trying to race a marathon, you're trying to get stronger at the marathon distance, the long run is absolutely vital. You have to be consistent with that and do that over every single week. Okay, if you're a total beginner, I wouldn't get so caught up in running portions of your long run at extremely fast paces. You can, but I wouldn't start doing that until, again, if you're doing like a 4 to 5 month block of training, the first 4 to 5 weeks or so, just run easy and relaxed during your long runs. Build that endurance, and then gradually start adding in a few of your miles, a few of your kilometers during your long run at faster paces. At goal marathon race pace, maybe 10 to 15 seconds below goal marathon race pace. Again, you're over time improving your body's lactate tolerance, your ability to sustain goal marathon race pace over the entire 42.2 kilometers or 26.2 miles. Your chances of succeeding and holding that pace is going to rise because, again, you've not only been consistent, but you've started to add some varying paces during your long runs. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to help you to handle that goal marathon race pace that you're aiming for. Okay. Most importantly, as a beginner, over anything else, be tenacious. Okay. You're not trying to do something easy. Marathon runners, I don't care if you're a total beginner or you're an advanced or an elite level athlete, the marathon is not an easy task. It takes time. It takes an enormous amount of discipline and focus in order to do that. You have to be tenacious about this. So that being said, keep yourself relaxed. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze yourself. There's plenty of resources on RunDreamAchieve.com I have for beginners, training plans, running courses. If you want to jump on a consultation call with me, I have that availability as well. There's a lot of free videos I've created here on the channel or on my platforms. I'm on TikTok now. I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. So I'm trying to share in different platforms to help athletes from around the world, and maybe on a different platform that maybe you're not on, or maybe that you are on. So these are some of the things I really want you to keep in mind in terms of this ultimate marathon training plan for beginners. Okay, some of the as you race, as you prepare for your marathon, think about some races that will prep you in order to run a successful marathon. Run a couple 10Ks, run a couple 5Ks, run a 10 miler before your marathon. Pick a marathon that's flat. Pick a marathon that's not in the middle of summer. Okay, my recommendations: run Indianapolis. Okay, I ran my second fastest marathon in Indianapolis in 2011. California International Marathon. The competition is always great at these races. More importantly, the weather is outstanding. You don't want to be in a race that's super hot and humid. That's going to really, even lessen your chances of succeeding as a beginner in the marathon distance. Okay. There's so many other things that go in that are involved as a beginner. Your nutrition, sleeping patterns, minimizing the amount of mental and physical stress you're placing on yourself. Jog on your recovery days. I say this to the elite level athletes I coach, the athletes that of all different backgrounds. I always tell them, jog on your recovery days. Slow down. Far too many athletes, I've made the mistake as well, are running way too fast on their easy days, and then they're having problems sustaining, they're aiming on hitting their goal paces in training, when it's not that they have a lack of motivation or drive. It's because, again, they're not giving themselves enough time. Some athletes need up to 72 hours of recovery between workouts, and when I say that, I mean 72 hours of easy, 3 easy runs before they do their next hard anaerobic workout, okay? So I hope this video on the ultimate marathon training plan for beginners is helpful for you, just to have some additional ideas and concepts to be thinking about. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. Depending on the platform you're on, I will definitely respond back to you. Check out the resources below my videos, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. I guarantee you that they will help you set a new personal best in your chosen event. So thank you so much for your support, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.